today. I'm going to respond to your comments. I'm going to answer your questions. I got to be honest with you. Sometimes it gets the internet. Some of the folks are, a little rude. Treat them anyway, because again, that's the internet. I mean, people say mean things on the internet sometimes, and it doesn't bother me at all. Matter of fact, I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to do a little bit of commentary here, then I'm going to get to your questions and comments. So here we go, folks. You're going to love this one. Yeah, as you recall, the ATF found bullet fragments in Charlie, right? That the defense claims don't match the rifle. Now, here's what that it's inconclusive. Here's what it does. It does not say that those fragments match the rifle, but it doesn't say that they don't. It just does it's either way. Right now, are you ready, folks? Because I think I should take a second for this just to make sure everybody out there is ready. Now they found a palm print, DNA at the scene, right? Of Tyler Robinson's DNA. Now they're claiming they can place him at the scene. I got to tell you what, folks. Now we don't do conspiracies here. Everybody knows that, right? We do honesty. We get rid of the AI fake stuff, the fake news, the fake this, the fake that, and you come to your pal Joe Rosano because you get the honesty. And I got to tell you, no wonder why Candace Owens and Baron Coleman's and that big musclehead cowboy, what's his name, heavy duty country. No wonder why these people are freaking out all the time. I mean, let me ask you this, folks. I think it's a very good question. Where was this palm print 6 months ago? So let's count them. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months. The young man was assassinated, Charlie Kirk. Okay? They grabbed this 12-year-old, figuratively speaking, Tyler Robinson. Okay, so he sends a text to his lover. Okay, I read the text. I'll post it in the comments. That was like either either he used AI or that was the cleanest text message I've ever seen in my life. I have a daughter. She's Gen Z. I read her text messages, but she sends me. I don't read them on her phone. Um, and I got to tell you, they're just like, "Hey, I'm here. What are you doing?" Etc. Okay, this guy has slashes and proper grammar, etc. Again, unless he just chat GPT'd it or Copilot or Claude or whatever they use now, it was the neatest text message I ever saw in my life. I mean, it's like perfect to show the jury. Hey, here's this text, right? And now this palm print. I mean, again, I mean, I think it's a good question. Where was the darn palm print? The guy's been dead 7 months, and now they can put the guy at the scene. I mean, that is why. Okay, I don't get into conspiracy stuff, but that's why this thing's so sketchy. That's why this thing is so sketchy. Now, again, something a comment I made about Erica Kirk a few episodes ago. She's like the mafia, right? Every time I get out, she brings me back in, right? I'll tell you, I tried just to give Erica Kirk a break, okay, and now she's not showing up to events. The chief executive officer pretty much stood up the vice president of the United States. And now here's the claims. And again, I always got to say these are claims that the vice president isn't walking lockstep with the donors. So now she's got to distance herself from the vice president. First, they loved the vice president, right? They all wanted J.D. Vance to be president in the next term. And now I guess, he's not saluting to her handlers. So now he's fallen out of favor with TPUSA. TPUSA, I got to, if there's a TPUSA in a year, I'd pretty much be surprised, right? I got to tell you, I mean, the young man was assassinated, this Charlie Kirk guy. And I got to tell you, folks, love him or hate him, what a job he did. on those college campuses, getting young people involved in politics. And not only that, having them vote for Trump, right? Turning a bunch of young liberal Democrats into conservatives, or at least have conservative ideals. Nobody is going to be able to do that. TPUSA was Charlie Kirk. That's it. I mean, how many times did people say TPUSA will be at the college campus? No, Charlie will be at the college campus, and now he's gone. And now he's gone. So if anybody wants to put something in the chat, please do. You can join me here. I think. Hold on one second. I think this is going to be pretty neat. You can join me by clicking. I'm putting a link here, right there. Beautiful link. Big, beautiful link. If you want to join your pal Joe Rosano, you certainly can. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll bring you on and your voice, and you can tell me how wrong you think I am. But am I? Am I? That's the thing. This whole Charlie Kirk assassination, it's sketchy. It's sketchy. Now, the one thing I will say, one, not 10, one, is if Erica's a handler, a secret agent, a spy, a government asset, all those things, and this was a big giant, a coup d'etat, a conspiracy. Where's the darn whistleblower? Come on, people have anxiety disorders nowadays, like me. If somebody, I don't know, I just figured somebody would come out now, right? With their face blurred out and with the fake voice. There was a conspiracy to kill Charlie. I was in the room when this happened. Erica was ordered to do this and that. I mean, you would figure, right? I mean, if you tell one person a secret, it's hard to keep it. Man, there's got to be what, 1,000 people involved in something like this, and nobody has said anything. That's the only thing I get back to. But again, now we got a palm print from the young man. This is just, again, this is ridiculous. And now you got the CEO of TPUSA, Charlie's widow, not showing up to events, standing up the vice president. This is unbelievable. Let's get to your questions and comments. Because A, that's what we're here for. And B, I absolutely and graciously appreciate you joining us. Now, before I get to your questions and comments, folks, if you could, yeah, it's a favor. I would appreciate it. Please click that subscribe button. Please like, comment. I'll read them right here on air. Share with your friends. That helps. Get your pal Joe Rosano to come on here and tell the truth and answer these questions live. And click the notification bell. That'll give you all the latest episodes of the Joe Rosano Show. So we're going to start here with our friend Dreama's Dream. Okay, so she says Argentina is next for Israel. Argentina is next. Well, let me ask you this. Let's just say you're right. Let's say Argentina's next, right? Where'd you get that from? But the same person that got the palm print, the DNA is the same thing. Uh, because again, I am just dying to know. Dream is dream. Here we go. Argentina is next for Israel. It's next. I mean, honestly, I don't know what's next for Israel because they don't seem to behave themselves. They really don't. Yesterday, I had hospital corpsman, petty officer, United States Navy Caden Samuels on yesterday, and I got to tell you, his opinion of Israel is about average. Okay, I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but he spoke for himself yesterday, and Israel seems to have a lot of control over the United States. They seem to own a lot of businesses out there that you see. BlackRock, I think, was one of them, and among others. And yeah, I mean, we had now we got a blockade. We had a ceasefire. Trump wants out of this. In case anybody here wants to know that, it's breaking news. Trump wants out of this. He does. He had no idea it was gonna get like this. He figured Iran would say, "Okay, stop bombing us. Help us. We surrender, Mr. President." That's what he's used to. And, Persia didn't do that. All right. Xerxes and his army that the arrows can blot out the sun. Did you guys see the movie 300? Didn't surrender that quickly. And now the Strait of Hormuz is a mess. So what Israel does next is it Argentina? I'm not sure where you got that, but again, Joe at joerosano.com is my email, joe at joerosano.com, or message me on Facebook or wherever else you could find me. And I'm dying to hear that when their dream is dream. So let's get to your next question here. All right, this one is pretty cool. I can't wait to paste this one. Um, this is from Ushua and New Ministries. So let me paste it here, okay? And because again, I kind of think this comment's funny. So y'all tell me what you think. So what does he say? Uh, Team Candace 100 saying prayers for Team Candace. Right? Like I got to tell you, I don't dislike Candace, right? I really don't. Okay. People ask me all the time, what's your problem with Candace? It's this. Okay. There's two things. I just wish she wouldn't say that, people have penises that she didn't see. That's all. That's all. I mean, and I hope that finds a place in everyone's heart. So if you didn't click subscribe yet, I hope you do now, right? If somebody says, "Hey, Martha has a penis," I'm not coming on here and saying that unless Martha, take them down. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a penis. All right. Folks, Martha has a penis. See what I mean? I'm not taking a guess and getting myself in a lawsuit. So I just tell the truth. Right. And, I think that Candace was very fond of Charlie Kirk. There's no question about that. We're not very fond of Erica, as we can see. And, I don't know. I just wish he wouldn't make all this money off of this Charlie Kirk assassination thing. That's the only thing that bothers me. I mean, again, she got really good inside information and a great show. My family watches her show and they tell me to be quiet when the show's on. So no, I mean I'm not I got no beef with Candace except I would really prefer that you didn't get paid to find out what happened to your friend. I really would. Okay, my friend gets assassinated. I'm telling you, I'm coming on a Joe Rosano show for free, to try to help my friend. Sorry, that's just how I am. So who do we got here? We got K Creep 3. K Creep 3. So let me paste this one. Why do I always seem to get the strangest questions from people or the strangest comments? So let's see what this brilliant comment is. God sees her and loves her. None your business. Exactly. He saw what she did. Okay, so you're talking to a Christian here, K Creep. Okay. God and his son, Jesus Christ, right? Catholic school here, right? 13 years of Catholic school. My father was a steel worker. My mother was a diner waitress. And by golly, they sent us all to Catholic school. And yeah, I mean, yes, does Jesus see her? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. What let me paste this. Let me put this out here again. God sees her and loves her. None your business. If it's none of my business, what are you doing here, creep? I can call you creep. K creep. I mean, I don't know. Is your name like Kevin Creep or are you Kevin the Creep? But yeah, Kevin, I mean, yeah, it's my business. Anything she does is all of our business. She has a nonprofit organization, right? Nonprofits, they answer to us. Okay. They answer to us. And now I just answered you. So let's get to the next one here. Let's see. We're going to go K Creep again. I guess you were having a good day there. Erica will do fine. We are praying for her. God sees her. I'd pray for Erica Kirk. Sure, I pray for my enemies. People do something bad for me. I pray for them. And I ask you, folks, for your prayers for your pal Joe Rosano that he has a good podcast and a lot of followers and everybody's healthy and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hold on. We got John Alex here. I am definitely doing this one. Hold on, John. We appreciate you, sir. Hold on. I'm putting this one in right this second. Here we go. John, we love it. We absolutely love it. Here we go. We have John Alex commented, I agree with you. Have smart guy. Smart guy, John. That's it, sir. That's exactly it. You should agree with me. I mean, I'm never wrong. We know that. At least I'm telling the truth, right? We got an honest thing here. John Alex commented, "I agree with you. Thank you. Hey, it's about time. Nobody ever agrees with me. I think I've been called a moron about 5 times this week, so I'm actually doing pretty good. Okay, Dane Banks, we got a long one here. So maybe, folks, you can help me out with this one because, I mean, I think I understand it. But, sometimes these things get to be so darn long. Sometimes somebody puts a comment in there. You see them on Facebook where, somebody put a comment in and it's like this. All right, you read 3 words here, 6 words down here. So, let's see what you got here. Uh, let's see. Search assistant. The Bible refers to synagogues as a place of worship for Jews where they gather to study the Torah. Hold on, let me get it back up here. The Torah and participate in religious services in the New Testament. I'm going to have to read the rest of that again. You cut off here in the New Testament. We're basically supposed to, I suppose, all things Jewish are untouchable in Judeo-Christian life. Okay, so that was a lot, and I appreciate it. Uh, let's see here. So the New Testament. I mean, we're going to love this. The term is mentioned frequently. Um, highlighting the role early Christian community and the persecution faced by believers within these spaces. Synagogue serves as important centers for both worship and community gatherings. Well, thank you for that, Dana. Goodness graciousness. Nobody said they weren't. But here's the thing, okay? When I grew up, here's the term that was used, Judeo-Christian, right? I'm a Judeo-Christian, I guess, right? That's what they told me in Catholic school. There's a lot of anti-Israel, and see, it's not anti-Semitic, okay? That's Hitler stuff, okay? There is a lot of anti-Jewish government sentiment in the United States. I mean, you got Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay, I ran the clip, and I might get these years wrong, but 1995, 1995. A lot of you probably weren't even born then. I was young and good looking then. 1995. He's like, Iran will have a nuclear weapon in about a half an hour. Right? He said the same thing in 96. He said the same thing in 2000, 2002, 2004, 2005, 2012, 2018, 2025, and he's saying it again now that Iran is very close to having a nuclear weapon. I got to tell you, they've been close now for about 30, was that 30, 31 years? 31 years, according to Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel. And then he wants control of TikTok and he wants to talk to Elon. Right? Let me tell you, this whole talk to Elon thing bothers me. Right? Who does he think he is? Seriously, we need to talk to Elon. Elon is a friend. Talk to Elon for what reason, Mr. Prime Minister? Why? And let me make myself very clear here. Can you imagine if the president of France said that, the chancellor of Germany said that, okay, the prime minister of Canada were to say that, we need to talk to Elon, everybody would be outraged, and they should be. And again, I'm telling you, I mean, we're in a war with Iran. We had a president of the United States, okay, in 2015, in 2019, in 2024 during the campaign said no more wars in the Middle East. No more wars in the Middle East. No regime change. We got a blockade right now in the Strait of Hormuz. Right now. We hit them with bunker busters in June, and now we got a blockade where we have now, I think it's up to about 25 to 30,000 troops on standby, including the 82nd Airborne. And I got to tell you, Mr. President, if you're watching, the American people don't want a ground war. They don't want troops on the ground. You know that, Mr. President. Bill O'Reilly said you know that. And from what I understand, you and him are pretty close. So let's move on here. Again, that was a long one. We appreciate it, Dana. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell. Thank you, thank you. Who else did we got here? Let me see if I can get something a little bit shorter. Okay, David. He says he's new and pretty somebody's talking about me, right? Oh, wow. Okay. We have a commenter. I won't even say the name. That's not, I don't want to be fair, and I'm not even going to put it out there, but it says somebody asked, hey, man, who is this Joe Rosano guy? Actually, I will put it out there. Because, wow, again, and let me tell you why I'm going to put this in the chat because how often does somebody say something nice on the internet? And I don't want anybody to think that, that news personalities like myself, journalists like myself, et cetera, podcast or whatever you want to call me, only says the bad stuff. So here we go. Asked about me. He's new. Pretty good so far. He's asking the hard questions. Not many will. You bet I will. You bet I do. Nothing I hate worse than not asking the hard questions. No, I mean, I do this, folks, because every time I watch a podcast, every time, I mean, Fox News, CNN, MSN, MS Now, I guess they're called, MSNBC, that's scorched earth, ABC, NBC, CBS. Remember we were young? Tom Brokaw, Harry Reasoner. You remember that? Ted Koppel, Nightline with the hair. Okay. I'm sick of the fake news. I'm sick of them telling us stuff that is just not true. Like what bothers me right now is they found Tyler Robinson's palm print near the scene. Couldn't put him on the roof. I didn't know you could put a palm print in the rocks up on that roof, but I don't know. I think it's a railing. But now they have bulletproof, no pun intended, evidence that he was at the scene. Okay. Because according to the ATF anyway, they couldn't match the ballistics report to his weapon so far as the fragments that they extracted from the body of Charlie Kirk. But they got a palm print now. Tell you what, folks, when something bothers me, it's pretty bad, and this one definitely does. Hey, but thank you very much for that comment. Yeah, and you're right. I do. I try to bring the realism here, and so Big Buck 66 asks, and I think this where the comment came from, because sometimes the folks don't really talk to me. They end up arguing with one another after they watch my show. So here we go. Big Buck 66. Big Buck 66. Who are you? I've never heard of you. Well, you have now. And a lot of people are hearing about me. There's podcasters out there, they know who I am now. I got inside dope, and they don't like it. They're like, this guy Rosano, he's ruining the conspiracies. Darn. I had everybody believing, okay, that the one-armed man assassinated Charlie Kirk, and Rosano came along and ruined it for all of us. Yeah, I mean, never heard of me before. Well, you heard of me now. So, what's your name? Big Buck 66. That is so cool, Big Buck 66. Well, I'll tell you what, Big Buck. If you could be so kind to subscribe, let's get to know each other. Let's get to know each other. Okay, we got one here in the chat. Albert Walther. Trump said the United States had enough oil to supply our country for decades, yet gas prices still rise daily. Al Walther. Albert Walther, was it? Yep, Albert Walther. Great question. I got a great answer because I asked the exact same question, and here is the reason. Because of all the volatility in the Middle East, the blockade, the war in Iran, Israel, you don't know who they're going to bomb next. Companies here in the United States, like Exxon and I don't know, Texaco, I mean, whoever you go, wherever you get your gas, okay, they price their oil and gas according to the world market. Okay. So, in other words, they don't say, well, the United States is, their gas prices are $4.15 nationwide. We'll make oil $50 a barrel for our pals in the United States. They don't do that. If oil is $100 a barrel, according to the world market, then I'm just Exxon, just as an example, they would have they have oil at $100 a barrel, no matter where it is. It's a global market price setting structure, Albert Walther, and that's why, yeah, you're right. Trump says, "Hey, look, there's gas. You go outside, you'll step in gas. There's oil." Okay, all over the sidewalks here. We got so much oil, big, beautiful oil. Well, we do. Okay, but he can't make it $50 a barrel because the global market says it's 100, and even the great Donald Trump can't make it $50. But so here we go. Oh my God, it's my friend YouTube Gloop. Hi, Jar. He calls me Jar. My middle name's Anthony, by the way. In case you didn't know. So, hello, YouTube Gloop. It's my it's my troll, and I like you. I really appreciate it. I mean, thanks for tuning. I hope you click subscribe here because I'm going to go to YouTube Gloop and I'm going to subscribe to your channel. So do me a favor, okay? If you're going to come on here and troll me, which doesn't bother me, I think it's hilarious. If you could share my episodes and stuff, how about it, brother? Can you do that for me? That is, if you were a guy. I'm not even sure. Let me get to the next question here. So, about by the way, back to Albert Walther, 7379. Yeah, these big giant oil companies, they price their oil according to the global market, which is about $100, maybe just north of $100 a barrel, and that's why our gas $4.15 on average here in the country. So that's a shame. Um, so Oh, thank you, YouTube Gloop. Same, Joe. I appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate each other. We really do. Yep, thank you so much. I think it's I think it's a. Oh, hold on, wait, one more. I have been sharing you since day one, mate. Where are you from with this, mate? What are you, English, or are you from the UK, sir? Okay, mate. Appreciate you. We'll throw some shrimp on the barbie. That's that's Australia. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We appreciate, hey, any friends in the UK or in Australia, around the world. Check us out, Joe Rosano Show at youtube.com, at the Joe Rosano Show. We really appreciate it. Dreamers dream again. We really miss you. A member of Congress said if documents were shown as he saw them, the government would implode. We are talking about Epstein. Well, I gotta give President Trump credit. We're not talking about Epstein anymore now, are we? I'm gonna get to that because there's a question about Epstein here coming up, and I'm gonna get to that one because yeah, I mean, we bomb a place to take our eyes off Epstein. I mean, by golly, this isn't the 1960s. Give me a break with that. But I'll get to that one because I actually want to do that one myself. Um, let's see here. Next, put this one up. Okay, dreamers dream. A member of Congress said if the documents were shown as he saw them, the government would implode. It would implode. Sounds like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Wow. I mean, there's already enough stuff out there. I mean, everybody thinks Trump is a pedophile, and they thought that last year. They thought that 5 years ago. They thought that 10 years ago. What? That isn't news. It really isn't. I could tell you this. Here's the one thing that we could pretty much say as a fact when it comes to the entire Epstein saga. Okay, Prince Andrew did something. He did something. He's not a prince anymore. They took away all of his accolades, all his medals, everything from the military, and he made a settlement. Now there you go. Let's talk about a settlement here. Okay, I'm going to pose a question to you now, folks. Put that in the chat. Would you, okay, if you were accused of something you flat out, downright, outright, smack dab did not do, would you settle? I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I mean, if yeah, I'm not making a settlement for something I didn't do just to make something go away. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I mean, so let me get this straight. They stripped Prince Andrew of his title, stripped him of all of his military rankings, and he made a financial settlement with one of Epstein's victims. For what? For what? Because he did something. That's why. Anytime you see one of those settlements where, the person who makes the settlement doesn't admit to wrongdoing, they did something wrong. They did something wrong, and he certainly did. And he wasn't the only one. I mean, yeah, this whole Epstein thing, yeah, bunch of rich guys got on a plane, went to Epstein Island, and had relations with young girls. Exactly what they did. It's just we got to find out who exactly it was, and we have a list. I mean, and there's people on the list, but again, we just flat out can't prove that right this second. But the moment we can, I certainly will. That's for darn. That's for darn sure. So let's go with Renee here. How have recent U.S. and Israeli actions changed Iran's long-term strategy in the region? Well, that was a smart question. Listen to that. Look at the big brain on bread. You have to Google that one too. That's Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson. Here we go. Yeah. How have recent U.S. and Israeli actions long-term strategy in the region? I mean, I didn't. Well, long-term strategy is this. Okay, here comes long-term strategy. They got to rebuild a whole bunch of stuff over there now. Okay, I mean, here, folks. Regardless to what has been reported, blah blah, and etc. Okay, Iran has taken massive losses. You ask anybody. You ask Petty Officer Caden Samuels, United States Navy, yesterday. He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that that they took heavy losses yesterday. I mean, when he was on the show yesterday, check that out. YouTube.com at the Joe Rosano Show. Yesterday, I had an interview with, again, U.S. Navy hospital corpsman, Petty Officer Caden Samuels. Okay, big time Navy guy, good looking. Will tell you what I tell you, and that is that that Israel is very dominant as far as U.S. foreign policy is concerned, and Iran took heavy losses. They have the depleted missiles. They still got. That's the thing. I mean, let me pause here a second. Iran still has hypersonic missiles, and these drones. Okay, because that's what he made mention of yesterday. Caden Samuels, if you're watching, Petty Officer Samuels, was it's drone warfare now. Okay, you get a drone, costs 30 grand, about as much as a Hyundai, and it costs $1 million to shoot it out of the sky. Okay? Every 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand, million, 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 million. Okay? It's not easy. I mean, again, you send ground troops into Iran, onto the islands that surround the Strait of Hormuz, and you're going to run into about 50 drones, maybe 100, maybe 300 drones if you get past the mines. That's why this thing is not as easy as they all say. So next here, and this again, Albert Walther, thank you. Can you offer us a logical explanation for our president to post pictures of himself as Christ to bring Epstein back? What? Bring Epstein back from the dead? Albert Walther, I can give you a very logical explanation, and there's two of them. First, Donald John Trump. What don't you know? What don't anybody know? Okay, he says the craziest stuff I've ever seen. He is worse, and I never thought I would see the day, Albert Walther. He's worse than my late mother. My late mother would say stuff to people. Wow, look how pretty you are if you weren't fat. Okay, that's what my mother would say to people. Okay, you would be pretty if you had more hair, right? And it's not even because Donald Trump's older and he says whatever he wants to say. He's been saying and doing stuff like that, Albert Walther, since the 1980s. Watch Barbara Walters, watch Oprah. All right, watch Dan Rather. He's been saying the same thing. I don't think that Donald Trump, quite frankly, in this particular case, is clever enough to depict himself as Jesus. I honestly don't think he did it on purpose. I saw the image, right? And would I put it past him? Would I put it past him to hold up a staff and try to part the Red Sea? No, I'm just not sure that he thought it all the way through before he put that on the internet. But I mean, the reason that he did that is because he's Donald Trump. I wished I had a better explanation for you, but the guy talks about Nikki Haley's dress. He's quiet, piggy. All right, you heard that one, right? Quiet. That's somebody asked him a question. Quiet. I mean, he's not Ronald Reagan. He's not George W. Bush. He's sure as heck isn't Bill Clinton. Okay, and he's Donald Trump, Albert Walther, and that is why I'll put it back up here. That's why he acts the way he acts. I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen anything like it. All right, I'm going to do a couple more here. Let's see here. Let me see what we got here. All right, here we go. We have William and is it me three? What's the long-term impact on global economy if Iran continues to block cargo vessels in the Strait of Hormuz? Massive. Massive. That's what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know last time you got gas, okay, but I'm here in South Carolina, and I can tell you right now, it's about $3.70 here in the South, and our the taxes are good here. So, yeah, I mean, what is the if they continue to block cargo vessels, and that's the thing, global economy. What is the global economy? If Iran continues to block cargo, they're not stopping cargo vessels. The United States is doing that now. I mean, if you talk about now, I mean, yeah, a week ago, yes, Iran. Now, uh, the United States is patrolling that area now, and nothing can move. And those mosquito boats that Iran has, they're not going to do anything. These mines that some claim aren't even in there. I mean, some of them have exploded, folks. So there's mines in the Strait of Hormuz. And not only that, anybody has a boat, anybody's ever taken a bath, knows you put something in the water, it floats, and it's floated towards Dubai, United Arab Emirates, near Oman. I mean, they near Qatar. So now those mines are all over the place, and they have those mines that they have weights. Okay, like they're attached to a chain. Okay, it's a round mine with things coming out of it, and there's a chain. And now it below the surface, sometimes 40, 50, 60 feet, and just hovers. And then you have some that are weighted that just right into the ocean bedrock, right into the bottom of the ocean. They sink. You see, you can't see them, and it's hundreds of millions of dollars to go out there and find them. Because as president has said, you're not going to sail a $1 billion boat or $1 billion vessel through the Strait of Hormuz, uh, and either have your boat damaged or lose it, and the insurance company's not paying. There's one of the main problems right there that a lot of people don't bring up or they don't know about is, well, let's let the boats go through. The United States can now open up the waterway and let them all go through. The insurance companies won't cover anything that happens out there now. So you got a $1 billion boat, you got a vessel, $1 billion freighter, okay, and you have $4 or $5 million worth of product on it. The company's not going to take that kind of loss because the insurance company won't cover it if it explodes. Would you? If I'm an insurance company, I'm sure as heck. That's the one thing I wouldn't do. If I'm an insurance company, I'm not covering a sailboat in the Strait of Hormuz. One of those duckies that you put around yourself when you little kids swim in a pool. I wouldn't insure that either. Albert Walther, let's see. Joe, you are gifted with the gift of the delivery. Wow, Albert Walther. Oh my God. I wish my parents were alive to see this one. That was so nice. Wow. Again, no, it's not even my birthday and all these nice things are being said. Last one, folks. Last one. Let's do one more. Type of guy I am, unless anybody has anything else in the chat here. And again, as always, folks, we graciously, wholeheartedly appreciate you joining us. Please, again, if you have not, please click the subscribe button. Please like, comment. I'll read them right here on air. Next Thursday, 1 p.m. I'm here every Thursday, 1 o'clock to read your questions, to respond to your comments, no matter what they say and or what they read. So let's dig up one more for everyone. Then I'm going to wish you all a happy Thursday. Okay, this is another good one. One second, let me post it on in here. This from Jimmy 22. Is that Jimmy 22? What are the key differences between American and Israeli war aims? And how do they impact the possibility of lasting ceasefire? It does not seem, Jimmy 22, that Israel cares a whole lot about the United States' opinion or having a ceasefire. I think this is what I think. Okay, and again, getting back to my conversation yesterday with hospital corpsman, petty officer Caden Samuels. They have the United States now in a war with them, lockstep. Okay, and they're taking advantage of it. They're like, "Hey, I don't know." Here's the thing: the next president, let's say it's not a Republican. Let's say Democrats take back over. They're not going to have a war in the Middle East with Israel. Biden wasn't very nice to Israel. I can tell you that right now. The rest of them were, but they didn't start any wars in the Middle East. Israel didn't when Obama was president, because he's not going to go full scale. Now, President Obama, what many of you don't know, is he bombed just about every country in the Middle East, but he wouldn't do the full scale war thing like they're doing now. So I think Israel is like, hey, you know what? While we got the United States here, while we got all their aircraft carriers, and now they're 82nd Airborne in the region, we might as well blow up everything here. We war crime, schmore crime. I think that's what, as again, Petty Officer Samuel said yesterday, it is possible and has been reported that Benjamin Netanyahu has cancer. Okay. He's been warranted for war crimes. And I just don't think he cares. And when somebody doesn't care, that's pretty dangerous. Like, example, okay? I'm going to get back to my pal Bill O'Reilly. Uh, Vladimir Putin doesn't care if the people in his country die, if his people were slaughtered. He doesn't care. He's taken about 1 million casualties. Can you believe that? That war now is entering its fifth year. Ukraine and Russia, 1 million casualties. He could care less. He could care. Do you have any idea? Look, think about this. If 5,000 members of the United States military died in a conflict, it would be Democrats and Republicans in the streets. Both sides. Both sides. Stop the war, stop the war, stop the war, stop the war. Vladimir Putin doesn't care. And Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't care. He really doesn't. He figures that the United States will do whatever they say now. For some reason, again, I cannot give a plausible explanation other than Israeli companies own a lot of stuff here. BlackRock being one of them, State Street being another. Okay, Fox, CNN, MS Now, blah blah, etc. And I guess that's where all the Hollywood. I mean, you want to start there in Hollywood. So yeah, there's a lot of anti-Israel sentiment in the United States, and a lot of people are upset that the United States seems to be, this is their opinion, fighting a war on behalf of Israel. Fighting a war on behalf of Israel. I mean that really takes a lot of nerve. And so, key difference between American and Israeli war aims and how they impact possibility of lasting ceasefire. We can have a ceasefire again. As I said in my opening, President Trump wants out of this. He wants out of this. Israel doesn't want out of it. Israel wants to destroy every single thing before the United States pulls out of there. So what happened on day one of the ceasefire, Israel bombs Beirut. Bombs Beirut. I mean, what an act of good faith that was. Now we're in the midst of a blockade. I mean, Mr. President, if you're watching, sir, do not send ground troops into there, sir. Okay, go back to the Trump doctrine. Okay, Trump doctrine. You want to hear it? If you believe there is a terrorist somewhere that is killing not only thousands of people in the Middle East, but killing Americans, take them out. Soleimani, beautiful. Al Baghdadi, or as you say, Al Baghdadi, died like a dog, died like a coward. Okay, beautiful. Drop a few bunker busters on in Iran. Midnight Hammer, didn't hate it, but this, it's too much. Country don't like it. Midterms are coming up, Mr. President. Just telling you. I mean, I appreciate you can sell a bunch of oil now around the world while we pay $4 a gallon, but the country doesn't like it. As always, my dearest friends and fellow Americans, let me say this in closing. I greatly appreciate it. I do. I am one of them. Okay. Every single subscriber. And if you're out there and you have subscribed and you comment, you notice I comment. I read them and comment. I don't just let them sit there. Why? It's appreciation for you sharing. YouTube Gloop, is that your name? I'll start sharing your stuff. I don't care how crazy it is. Uh, YouTube Gloop and Dreamer's Dream. That's another one. We really like you. Jimmy 22, Albert Walther 7379. Bet she's good looking guy. And yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, yeah, it's YouTube Gloop. I got like 6, 7 fans out there, and I really love it. We really appreciate it. Again, please subscribe, like, comment. I'll read them here on air. You've seen that, and share. That's the thing. Click that share button so other people can say, "Hey, I heard of Joe Rosano now. Yeah, that's that guy. It's actually tells the truth and asks hard questions. We like him." And I like you back. As always, my dearest friends and fellow Americans, bottom of my heart, God bless you. Don't forget to adopt yourself a pet. That's very important. Weekend's coming up. I'm sure they got those pet adoption things all over the place. Do me a favor, if you when you do adopt a pet, drop a pic in the comments for your pal Joe Rosano. We'd love to see that. Again, appreciate it, and we will see you on Monday. God bless you. See you next time, folks.